The following are questions and excerpts from my journal written inside the Central Touring Theater classroom in Central High School. All the words are truthfully dictated as written. The goal here is not to answer the questions, but provide insights on the dense and extensive topic matters. September 30th, 2011. Today is performance day at CTT. There's some great stuff being showcased. The retention is great too. The cool thing about having an audience is seeing how receptive the audience was to their silent scenes. It's a true example of how language of the oppressed is in action. Words don't convey the power. It is the imagery. It is how meaning was extrapolated by sounds and motion, not articulation. October 4th, 2011. There was a really cool moment where Sari and Adrian came up to me to show me a series of symbols that explained arts literacy. It was cool to see the different type of definition, a visual one. Not only was it cool, but it was so fully encapsulated the term. So, I made a choice to make sure the whole class got to see them. Even students' work deserves study. October 13th, 2011. I got a chance to play the Joker while jokering today. I was letting the kids teach me about the new age of linguistics or slang terms. Specifically, they tried to teach me how to use the word shorty. I follow the Jan theory of letting what matters to the kids matter to the classroom as well. Maybe I'll let it matter to me too. I had a good moment of jokering too. As I went around to the groups with definitions, one group had a good, detailed explanation of arts literacy. So I challenged them to remove 5 words from the definition. Not much in the ways of jokering, but it's a start. October 7th, 2011. After the meetings, I reled the friend and enemy activity with CTT. There's a good energy present, just like in Sonia and Maria's class. Once the activity ended, we processed the week and the activity. I think I'm doing a lot better at jokering/troubling. Guess I'm learning from the class. December 8th, 2011. There's some good jokering on my part today. There was a sweatshop scene that was lacking some deeper meaning. I jumped in and asked the students to become the machines being used. Not sure where that might go, but I like what I did. Then I got assigned to a gender scene where some of the guys were taking issue with the lack of a male voice in the scene. For this, I switched up the roles of the genders. The group liked it, but still we're missing a crucial element: the structure of the scene. We have content, we just need a container. The following situation takes place over 3 days. Day 1, October 19th, 2011. Class was a bit hectic today, but provided some interesting insights. In the game of power, each student had an image of power, and each one wanted to show it off. It's great to see that there are a lot of great creative ideas going on. However, this arises a lot more questions. Consequently, things to work on. One observation is that the students didn't work off each other. At some point, the game became competitive. I would even say that the idea of compromise got lost. From an earlier activity, there seemed to be a bit of a struggle in respect to finding a leader. The group seemed to be able to choose a leader, yet when it came to practice use, as in scene creation, there was no one to step up or step down. It felt like a common murmur of chatter with noise and little focus. These are issues that should be raised. Day 2, October 27th, 2011. Jan has come back today. After greetings and how are yous, I told her about the issues from Tuesday. She agreed that the issues should be addressed. Together we came up with an idea that we should have students write anonymously questions and put them on post-it notes, read out loud, and then post them on paper to be hung up in the room. Day 3, October 28th, 2011. Got to do the breakdown activity from yesterday. It was good to see that the students were honest about what they needed to work on. Let's hope it sticks. Today's activity was to create a play in a day based on the voted prompt of Who Am I? I joined in the song group, and the process went so well. Individually, we worked on verses and put them together. We were able to fit the verses and created a really cool song. It seems like the issues addressed earlier today were worked on in the process. September 16, 2011. An interesting moment did happen in the individual groups that I seemingly handled. My group was scattering to put final touches on the performance. One overly talkative student was throwing a line out there, so I had him hold so he could take a second to listen. When he did, the floodgates opened, and the others in the group started to contribute some great ideas. By giving kids opportunities to have themselves be heard, I was also opening up their chance to find good ideas organically. Pretty cool. September 30th, 2011. After class, I stayed for the Central High School staff meeting where Seeds of Change talked about and presented a documentary on closing the achievement gap. The most important fact drawn from this meeting is the fact that no one is at fault here. Student and teacher are on the same page. Both sides need to know this and that they are on the same side. October 12th, 2011. For a while I hung up banners, portraits, and wall postings. I kinda hesitated to join the African dancing. However, I started thinking, if I was teaching, I'd ask for full participation from the class. So after a while, I joined in. It seemed right. How can I ask my students to participate when I don't? October 13th, 2011. I took the comments from class and in leading this facilitation, I let the silence be okay with me. The students needed to start the talks, not I. It paid off too. The students honestly engaged and talked about the week. November 10th, 2011. Aiden has so many issues at hand in his piece that it's becoming difficult to isolate one and create a scene or installation. How do I keep his ideas alive while letting some die out to make one idea focused, and without making it seem like he's being stifled? November 18th, 2011. Then throughout the performance I could hear the students engaging in conversation about the play. My first inclination was to quiet them down. Then I listened and heard that it was relevant to the play, and recalled a moment from our performance and social change class earlier in the semester. We asked if there were different ways that students, genders, races engage and are present in theater. So I let it go on. Then when the show ended, I was met with active minds ready to talk about the show. I couldn't help but think that I may have not gotten so much engagement if I had stopped the talking. Is there a way to welcome this conversation and make it a safe space? There was one thing that Jen said that stuck with me today. Students have their opinions, and we help shape them. Think about how bold, powerful, dangerous, and unapologetic that is.